What is up, Hyperdrivers? Welcome back to the channel. So I am a good ways away from home today. I'm up here in Daytona, Florida to check out the amazing collection of a good friend of mine, Nate. This is gonna be the first time that I get to see this Star Wars collection. I'm super excited because he said it's big, and he showed me some pictures, and he ain't lying. The thing, it looks huge. That's what she said. But anyway, if this is your first time on the channel, we do a lot of talk of Star Wars on this channel. We go on collection room tours like this, play video games, talk about collectibles, Star Wars news, and we do this all the time here. So if you're into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can jump to Lightspeed with us every week here on the Hyperdrive. So without further ado, let's get to this.
My man, how you doing, George? Come on in.
Straight up, guys, I'm blown away. There is so much Star Wars stuff in here that my nerdgasm levels are peaking, man. This is cool. He's even got a foosball table. Not sure I want to challenge the guy that's got a foosball table in his house. Maybe next time. But there's stuff in here from Sideshow, Master Replicas, Lego, Iron Studios I've even seen. Hell, there's even an AT-AT in here. Nerdgasm overload. All right, let's talk to the man behind this amazing collection. All right, after a long drive up here, I am finally in this amazing Star Wars collection with my new friend, Nate.
What's up, buddy?
Dude, man, thank you for inviting me to this. This is stupendous. Like, I've never seen anything like this, you know, dedicated to one genre. But usually I come into other collections and, you know, they have a lot of different things, but this is fantastic.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
thanks.
man. This is awesome. So how did this all begin for you, you know?
Well, honestly, this just became a labor of love after a while, right? So about 9-10 years ago, I was on vacation with my wife, and I was just sitting at the hotel room. I was thinking, how cool would it be to have a lightsaber from Star Wars? Not a toy, like a legit, cool-looking, like a prop. And I didn't think anybody made it. I had no idea. I've never looked into this before. So I'm sitting on the bed, and I start Googling, right? Sent me to eBay, and I found Master Replicas.
Yeah.
So once I found Master Replicas, I was looking at the different hilts and props and everything, and then, I mean, I looked at the sticker price on those things, and I couldn't believe my eyes. But I was determined to get something, right? I wanted to have something to show my friends. Yeah, right, my fandom. So I went and bought, the first one was the Darth Vader, I think episode 1 or 2 of the Master Replica's lightsaber. Okay. So I bought that and loved it. The heft of it, the details, the case it comes with, all that, just fell in love with the idea, right? Yeah. And so I kept researching, and I found out about Master Replicas, and so I bought a few other pieces, and I found out about Sideshow. And I started looking at the statues, said, I don't want to go down that route, you know, so it didn't take long until I actually bought my first statue. I was like, I want to expand the collection, and then it's just been a, you know, one after that, and then you know, I love Star Wars. It's by far one of the best franchises ever. So that's how I got into it, and as you can see.
Did you collect Star Wars like as a kid at all? Did you have the toys?
No. I grew up, you know, pretty standard kid. You know, didn't have a lot of toys. I mean, it was just, you know. You get older, you have more dispensable income. So, you know, I started getting the things that I wanted as a kid that I couldn't have, and they're just much better versions of it, right? But I just remember watching Star Wars with my father, and every time it came on public television, we would watch it again, and it just had great memories of being with him. And yeah.
I had the same thing. For me, which was the first Star Wars movie that you saw?
New Hope.
New Hope was the first one you caught?
Yeah, they would always put it on, you know, TV, right, once in a while, and my dad and I would always sit and watch that movie, and it was...
For me, it was Return of the Jedi. I mean, we had the VHSs at home. My dad had the bootlegs, and I would burn them out. But the one that I remember that stuck with me is Return of the Jedi. He took me to the theaters.
Oh, nice.
That's what I remember. My first movie in the theater was Ewoks and, you know, all the explosions and stuff. And
Jabba's palace.
Yeah. So I was like, man, Rancor, and I was like, this was it. You know, that was it for me. So you started off with Master Replicas, similar to me. I had the same type of experience with that too.
Perfect.
I mean, so for me, I think it was right around episode 2 when the Clone Wars came out. Or was it Clone Wars? No, Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
When that came out is when I first saw Master Replicas. And at the time, I couldn't even afford it.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I didn't even buy it, but I loved it. Sideshow came a lot later for me. The statues, like, which was your first Sideshow piece, if you remember?
God, I think I almost think it was Darth Maul mechanical leg version.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can see it down there. So it was either that one or the Princess Leia. I don't remember.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And when I actually got the piece and I saw because it's hard to tell the scale of those kinds of things on pictures, right? So when you get it actually in person and you're like, wow, this is a very commanding piece. And then it just was, I got late in the game, so all the stuff I was buying was secondhand, off of eBay or through the different forums, right? So
how bad was it back then? I know it's pretty bad.
Not
now.
as bad now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate because prior, when I was starting to get into it, no new movies had been announced to be released.
Okay.
So there wasn't a huge, push and excitement about Star Wars at the time. So I was able to get a lot of master replicas at slightly over cost or these at relatively decent prices. Obviously things have changed a lot in the last 10 years, but yeah, those were the two main pieces I got at first, and tracking them down and just learning about the community was just really cool in itself. So
yeah, I was pretty amazed by that myself when I got into it, because I for a long time I thought I'm the weird one. There's nobody in my family collects this stuff.
Right.
So they come over and they're like, George, you got problems.
Right.
But then I meet the community, and then you find all these other people like yourself that are into it, and you're like, damn, okay, I'm not alone.
Right.
So it's awesome. So do you have like a particular favorite in here?
That's a question I knew you were going to ask. Yeah, and it's hard to answer. I mean, I guess right now my most favorite piece is the Cad Bane. I did a video many years ago, and the guy who interviewed me, Mad X Collector, asked me. Right. Yeah. He asked me what was the piece I'd wanted to get made, and I said Cad Bane. Yeah. And sure enough, MYC came out last year, or with the Cad Bane, and this is just.
It embodies it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's such a great piece.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about that company. I mean, they do just phenomenal work, quality, and he's a great guy to deal with too. So,
yes,
I have a lot of his pieces, but that is right now by far my favorite piece.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I have that one also. I love it.
Can't go wrong.
No, man, no. And I had the same thing. It's like I felt like, okay, Cad Bane would be the dude, and then I see it, and I was like, oh, and I missed it. I missed out on it at the first go, so I had to like wait for somebody else to have it in order for me to pick it up. So I had to pay a little extra for it.
Well, you got it though. That's the main thing, right?
So one of the real awesome things about this collection, and I'm going to show you guys around as I pan around this thing, is that it's actually like two really big rooms, but they're open, and it acts like one room, and there's a lot of different things in here. He's got Legos, he's got the statues, you got the master replicas and other replica props like helmets and stuff like that. Now I know you got the master replicas lightsabers first, and then you started moving into the statues. When did you start getting into the helmets and that kind of thing?
Well, those are part of master replicas too. So
getting it all at the same time.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it just over time, I was always on the hunt, right? Because everything with master replicas, as you know, they've been out of business for years. Yeah, so, it's really just finding a collector that wants to sell it or had put it up. So I had an idea of what I wanted my collection to look like. Where I used to live, it was a much smaller space, but I had an idea of kind of the way I wanted to display it, right? And shout out to Mad X Collector if you're watching this. I spoke with him a lot, and he helped me, when it comes to the kind of cabinets to get and things like that at the time. So it helped me, kind of in my mind put it together, and then it was just a matter of obtaining the actual pieces to make it a reality. So it's been a lot of fun, and just to be able to see people when they come in and see this place that aren't necessarily collectors or not even necessarily Star Wars fans. Oh, wow. We'll edit that out.
I might keep that in. That's a good one.
So yeah, when they come in, it's just, they see this and they're blown away. Like when we have Halloween, which Halloween's coming up real soon, I'll let all the kids come in and walk around and take a look at it. So, that's kind of fun as well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I know that when you showed me the pictures of it, I actually got like Tatooine vibes because of the color tones that you have going on, but I like it. It gives it a real bright feeling in here, and you can see everything very easily.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I love the white cabinets. I saw that from the Maddox Collector video. I caught that. And then my buddy Joseph, which I don't know if you know him, but he's another huge Star Wars collector, and he collects a lot of movie props. He moved to white cabinets because he saw your video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, so he wanted me to tell you thank you for that. So,
well, you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
One day I'll get out there and check it out. He's out in the West Coast, so I'm gonna fly out that way and check out the house and you see the whole.
I was this close to getting the dark ones.
The dark ones are
but
rough.
My wife was like, I think the white ones will make it look better, and then so that's the way I went, and I'm glad because it gives it that clean vibe. Star Wars, has that yeah. So it just makes everything
pop.
Star
Wars stuff is kind of dark. So if you put it in the black, then you got to put more lighting in there and everything. That's the other thing too. You save on lighting with the white cabinets, in my opinion. And you got lucky that you have the tumble doors and everything.
Yeah, I got in early before they got discontinued,
Yeah.
but so everything's the same. I'm very particular about symmetry and the way it looks. So it worked out well.
Yeah, man, really cool. As far as the Legos go, but you got a lot of them, man. You built all these yourself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah. Can imagine the time. I spend a lot of time on. We have a show called the Lego Lounge.
Okay.
And I just spent 9 weeks because I do the build on the show only and then have to put it away. 9 weeks building an A-wing. In the Lego builds, do you have a favorite in particular that you liked?
I love the style of the B-wing.
Yeah,
I mean,
B-wing.
that one's just a really cool one. It's a newer piece, so I mean, it's I don't know if you can still get it anymore, but
no, you can't.
The original Y-wing, love that one. And then of course the TIE Advanced and that one was really cool to get because those are so sold out such a long time ago.
Yeah. And you have
the Death Star. Yeah, the Death Star too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the whole thing, man. Just the way everything's laid out is all spaced out. I've never seen this in person. This is freaking awesome.
Oh,
I had the 6-scale version of it.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
the base is super heavy.
Cool. That is so cool, man. And you got this early on when it came out, or
relative? Yeah, I got it maybe a year or two after I started collecting. No, it was already sold out.
Okay.
So I was able to get it shipped to me by a collector, and came perfect. I mean, as well as perfect condition can be. And,
yeah, I gotta imagine this would be pretty difficult to ship. I know he's extremely difficult.
Oh my God, this guy, so fragile.
Yeah.
So fragile. I'm just shocked that it actually came in one piece, and I've been able to move with it or just repack it.
Yeah, so you came out here from California.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because that was you had a huge collection already when you moved from California.
I did.
How do you move something this big, across the country?
A lot of time and a lot of preparation.
Okay.
So first was kind of making an inventory.
Yeah.
Second was reboxing everything. So some of the pieces, they're pretty straightforward reboxing. But some of them I actually had to go and watch unboxing videos of the actual, to rebox it. So like for instance, that one was just complicated. And there was a few others. I was like, where does this piece go? And so it was that. And then figuring out how to actually put all that in a giant U-Haul truck to travel it across the country, right? Because as you guys know, boxes take up a ton of space. Yeah. So I was literally in my garage with, 100 boxes, tetrasizing this thing, right? So I would do a design, measure it. Okay, that's taking up too much space, and finally I had one that was the most conservative of space, and then I tried to recreate that in the moving truck. I mean, it took up a ton of space. Wow. Turns out our moving truck was supposed to be under 26,000 pounds to move. We were over 29,000 pounds, the truck. So yeah, we were quite overloaded. But you start adding these cabinets, the doors, the prop replicas, plus the whole house. It was a daunting task. But just be very careful, very diligent with your moving, and you should be fine. Nothing got broken, which was amazing.
That is pretty amazing. I know I probably would have broke something.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I started unboxing everything.
Anytime I have to put something back in the box, because my room's small, so sometimes I take and unbox something and I'm keeping it, but I got to put it back in the box and then put it into storage.
Yeah.
Dude, even after I've unboxed it, I have to go back and watch the video again, and then I'm like, okay, twist it this way, and put it down. Oh,
I know the pain.
yeah, it's frustrating. So, dude, man, this is awesome. This is really, really cool. Man, thank you for inviting me here.
Man, that's great that you came all the way. I really appreciate
love
it.
this.
Thank you so much.
You know, this is so cool. All right, so I finally made it back home. It was a long drive, but, you know, I finally made it back safe and sound, and I finished editing the video. I know my audio was a little bit messed up. Unfortunately, I figured out what was going on a little too late, but at least I could hear Nate. At least you guys could hear Nate, and that is what was important to me, you know, getting to know him and making sure that you guys could hear, you know, everything that he's been through collecting these pieces. So it's really cool. You know, getting to see these collections is something of a blessing for me. It's something that I really enjoy about all this. You know, I get to see cool stuff. I get to see things that I've never seen before, and I get to see, you know, how other people display their stuff, which gives me ideas, and, you know, it just gets to see, you know, a whole different aspect of collecting when you see those kind of things. But really what I enjoy the most is getting to meet new people, getting to make new friends in the hobby. You know, meeting a guy like Nate is awesome. You know, he let me into the house, he invited me over, he's super friendly, very warm, awesome guy, you know, and when you meet people like that, it just makes this so much fun, and that's what I love the most about it, is meeting new friends, making new friends and meeting new people in the hobby. So if you would like to be on the show, if you want to be on one of our live shows, or if you want to share with us your collection, if you're afraid of being on camera, because I know it's difficult, you know, to get on camera, if you want me to just come over and film the collection for you, or do a voiceover for one of your collections, you know, I'm happy to do that if that's what you want to do. But I would really like if you guys would like to come on the show and just, you know, shoot the breeze with me and Frankie on this channel, or, you know, if it's more than just Star Wars and you want to talk other collecting like Marvel, DC, and that kind of stuff, video game collecting, that kind of thing, you know, you can always head over and come on to the MCE channel with me and Seth, and we'll have you on the Geek Show, and we can all just, you know, talk collecting. And that's really what we're into. That's what it's all about. So, you know, if you guys want to do that, I'll leave ways for you guys to contact me in the description below, so you guys can hit me up. So if you can, show Nate some love. It's because that collection's pretty badass, and he's an awesome guy. So show him some love. Give us a like on this video. Leave a comment on there. Let him know how badass his collection is, because it really, really is. And big thanks again to Nate for inviting me over his house. You know, it was awesome, and I had a great time. So that's it, guys. Hope you had a great time, and until next time, may the Force be with you.